Hello everyone, I just thought I'd do a quick voiceover commentary over this run because I did it offline. So I recently played this game on stream and I really thought it was so cute. So I thought, you know what, I'll do some runs of it. And it's a really fun run. So I've been learning the any percent with the menu glitch. So for those that don't know what that is, it's basically at the end of a level, during the results screen, if you basically spam the escape key, then it will take you back to the main menu, but you're still technically still on the end screen for the level. And you can scroll through the menu to the second world, basically. And it skips the second act of every world. So it basically, you only have to play half of the game. I think that the any percent glitchless is a lot more interesting, but because I'm new to the game, I thought I would learn the menu glitch version of the run, just because it's a little bit easier to run and understand and not quite as time consuming. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't like runs that are overly long, so this is a pretty nice length for me, honestly. I'm quite happy with the length. But anyway, as we can see, I really like the movement in this game. It's so satisfying to get right. So you've got a triple jump, which is where you've got like 2 regular jumps, and you've got a spin, which gives you a little bit of extra distance. And then you've also got a really cool, I don't know if it's considered a trick or not, but basically it's like a spin jump. So you can press jump and spin, not at the same time, but very close together, and it will give you like this really high, like a high jump. And you can see me use it here, and it's really nice. It's satisfying to pull off. It feels good to use, I think. It reminds me a little bit of like, because I run Klonoa a lot, and you have to do that exact input, the X and square, like the exact same input. You have to do that in Klonoa as well when you are picking up moves. So I'm quite used to that combination. So it just feels good to me. But anyway, as you can see, during the end screen there, you scroll across the menu, but you can't see it, so you have to kind of count across the menu in your head when you're doing it. I thought I'd put the input display on screen, so because I had a little bit of trouble actually when I was learning this run, because there's no tutorials or anything on how the menu glitch works. So I was looking at runs for it, and there's not many runs on the board for this particular category, and I was like, how are they doing it? Like, I don't know how they're doing this menu glitch. And it turns out that it's because the most recent patched version of the game, like the up-to-date version, the menu glitch doesn't work apparently, so that is why I was struggling with it. So I had a little sneaky look in the Discord trying to figure out what was going on. So yeah, I down patched it. I don't know if this is the optimal version to run for this particular category. I just went with the first one that was ever released on Steam. That's what we're running on right now. The very first release version. So maybe it's bad, I don't know. I'm sure it doesn't matter for the boards. I hope not. I hope not anyway. But I've got the input display on anyway, so people can see exactly what's happening. And it might be a little bit easier to understand if someone were to watch it, I guess. That jump across there to skip the loop is very hard. It's not necessarily hard, it's just scary, I should say. It's just very scary. So right here, this is where you would be spamming the escape key on your keyboard. So I'm currently spamming that, and you have to keep pressing it until the menu comes up, and then you can see the inputs on screen. So that should make it a little bit easier for people, I guess. This level's cool. I like this level. It's very satisfying to get on a good cycle. I'm not very good at getting the good cycle, but it's satisfying when it does work. I do take a little bit of a safer path. So this is the path that I like to take, that you're looking at right now. But it works out quite well for me, so it can get a little bit strange here, because I feel like I'm a little bit slow here. So this red one at the end is, yep, that was very, very close to missing. So yeah, you might need to cut the corners just a little bit better than me if you want to make that a little bit safer, I guess. But yeah, I only just started learning this game though, so far I really like it. Maybe I'll learn the glitchless category at some point. Yeah, that one there I was scared. I was like, oh, I don't think I'm making that. I probably could have gone across to the blue one, but I was too scared. I felt like it was just a weird timing and I didn't want to go for it. I'd rather live and keep the run going. But this run is really, really cool. I highly recommend, if you like platformers, to check this game out. It's really, really nice. And it's only £5 on Steam. Or euros, dollars, whatever. I'm sure it's similar amount. I am from UK, so we use silly currency. I really am scared actually of this level at the beginning, so I don't think I go for... Yeah, I take these the intended way. You can actually skip a few of these, but for some reason I'm really bad at making the jump for it. I don't know why. I just feel like I always just slightly miss it and I slide off, and then, you know, it wastes a bunch of time. So I decided just not to go for it this time around, because I was on a pretty good run right now. I was thinking, you know what? Why tempt fate? There's no point when we're on a good run. So, taking a few easier strats. Same thing with this part here. You can actually jump straight across to the purple crystals on the right, but I go for the mushroom on the left, just because it's much easier to get. And I was struggling to get the crystal jump. I was struggling to get onto it, so again, just taking slightly easier route. Well, this is doesn't feel nearly as scary if you follow this one. I don't believe that I go for the big jump at the end, because I was very self-conscious that I'm on like a good run. But for my standards, I was very self-conscious. I'm like, this is pretty good for me. You can jump off this and skip this spiral downwards, but I thought, no, I don't want to. It's too scary. I'm just gonna take it the normal way. I was debating going for that checkpoint as well, just because I was so scared of potentially falling off here, or, you know, being knocked off by the enemies or something. At least with Hana, you do have 3 hit points. You do have 3 hit points. I have been doing some Tori runs as well, which is much scarier through certain sections, because he's only got 1 hit point compared to Hana's 3 hit points. So it can be very scary. But I think that in 6-1 here is the first death of the run. I think this is my only death actually of the entire run. Like, I'm quite happy with there only being 1 death in here, because, you know, I'm pretty bad at video games at times. So I'll take it. I'll take it. I like doing that particular way up that first part there where you run along the flags. That feels a little bit safer to me than trying to get up the platforms with the spin jump. It was getting up to certain platforms I was struggling with, so I decided to go with that way instead, and it seems to work out for me okay. This is the part here where I was so mad, Because usually if you jump on that little rock there, you get on top of it and you can just jump straight off of it. But for some reason, she just slid like off of it, and that really like ruined my momentum, and now I just wasn't sure what to do after that. Not good in a crisis, obviously. But I do go for the spin jump here, and I don't think that I'd done that in a run yet. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. And it worked out. It worked out well. This section here is always a little bit sketchy because I'm never sure what platforms I can make with the triple jump. So I usually just take it quite chill, just to make sure that I actually make it. Not sure why I'm getting the checkpoints at this point either, like, because if I die then the run's over, but I think it's just a force of habit for me. Maybe a little bit of safety net in the back of my mind, even though that makes no sense, because like I say, if I die on the section, like, I lose too much time. But you know, I'm not gonna argue with myself. Like, this is myself playing. There's no point in arguing with myself. I am just yapping right now. But yeah, I lost quite a bit of time there. A little sad. But final 2 levels, which are very scary. I think they go well. From what I can remember, I think they go well. So let's find out, shall we? I love this level. Love the aesthetic of it. Love the colours. Love the music. Everything about it is just so wonderful. It might be my favourite. I don't know. I like all the levels though. I like them all. But this one is really something that is much to my liking. It has some really cool sections in the speedrun as well. I think this part here is really cool, where you jump off the end of here, jump, spin, take damage, and then jump out of the damage boost. And then you can do a jump and a spin jump there to get up here earlier. It's really cool. Like, that whole section is probably one of my favourite sections of the entire game, the entire run. It feels very satisfying when you get it. And this section can be quite scary. I think these levels are just a little bit scary because the checkpoints are very spaced out as well, so you can't really take a death on this level and be like, oh, maybe I can recover it only a few seconds. It's like, nah, it's like a whole 10 seconds or something, like crazy like that. But this is going really well for me so far. This is going really well. Happy with this. Should have maybe done a double jump there instead of just a single. That was a little bit sketch. Well, we're coming up towards the end section now. This is the last portion here, I think. Towards the end. These little platforms here. Or am I thinking? Oh no, we're a little bit ways off. We're a little bit of a ways off. I was thinking that it was the next part. I do apologise. I don't have the best muscle memory. Oh, I forgot I did that. I forgot I missed the fast boosty pad thing. I had to go back. That's silly. That's very silly. This is the last section right here. Always cool to cut corners on this level. When you're going around the bends. Feels really good. This commentary is probably really bad, but I didn't want to upload this onto the YouTube without anything on it because it's just a little bit bland. I don't think anyone's gonna watch it anyway, but like I don't know, I'm bored right now. I always do this, by the way. You don't have to quit out to the menu to go into 7.2, but I think it's just because I'm so used to spamming the escape key Then I start spamming it at the end of 7-1, and then I'm like, oh no, and then I have to load back into it. But this game does run off in-game time, so it doesn't matter. It's fine. We can do that. It doesn't waste us any time to do it, so it's all good. And this is really where the nerves start to come in. Can't remember if I make any huge blunders in this level, but I think that I was sweating. I tell you that. Knees weak, arms are heavy. Like it was intense right now. Oh my god, I can't believe that I go for that. I completely forgot that I go for that. Oh my goodness. I didn't even go for the 5-1 like vine skip at the end of 5-1, so why would I go for that? I tell you what, folks, I might be insane. I might be crazy, because I could have so easily missed that and died. These disappearing platforms, I was really scared of them. I used to be so scared of them, but now I realize you can pause and it keeps switching whilst you're paused, and the timer also stops when you pause, so it's absolutely fabulous to learn that. It makes them a lot less scary. You can really take your time if you want. Like, you can literally pause over the top of every single one if you want to. It wouldn't waste you any time. But I didn't realize that. I did a few runs of it without looking at what was on the boards. And then I was like, oh, I'll watch some of the runs and see. Like, I was expecting some crazy stuff. And there is some crazy stuff, don't get me wrong. Stuff that I'm way too scared to attempt. But I'm doing a few things, I learned. I'm doing a few things, but I'm still a little bit... My confidence is not super high with this game still. It's still not quite there, the confidence. Like, I do kind of hesitate a little bit some sections. I'm a little bit scared, so I'll take it easy. Like this section here, for example, I kept falling off of it. So from now, I just do it like that. And yes, it's slower, but at least I'll make it. And if I'm on a PB pace, then hell yeah, I'm gonna go for it. And this is it. This is the home stretch. And at this point, my heart is racing because this is by far like the best run that I've had since I've been learning this game the last few days. So I was really happy with this run. Like the time save on the last split is actually crazy. But yeah, that's it. That's the run. Short and sweet. Maybe I'll learn the glitchless category at some point, but it's a little bit more intimidating because I have to learn all the other levels. And you know where I'm like, gang, I can be a little bit silly sometimes and it takes me forever to learn stuff. But yeah, I hope that everybody's enjoyed the run. It was fun to do. And yeah, 15:25. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you all next time.